Now, let me talk about Ethel'S. I have seen a number of comments and postings on social media, some of them even alleging that I lured Ethel'S into Zambia so that she's arrested. I mean, that is a total nonsense, total nonsense. I mean, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not a traitor. I'm not a traitor. I'm a person that look at people into their faces and tell them what I think. I'm not a guy that speaks something behind their back or plan anything behind their back. If I want to take you on, I will face you. I will tell you of whatever I want to do. I'm a very straightforward guy. So if at all I wanted Ethel to be arrested, I mean, I would have said it here. I would have said it here to say, I will make sure that you are arrested. But Ethel is a very good friend of mine. She's a very good friend of mine. Among the people on social media, Ethel is one of my very, very good friend. And it is a pity that it has come to this, because we were talking. We were talking and we were counseling each other. We were advising each other. And we reached a conclusion whereby we decided that no, it was not right for the Edgar Lungu family to hold on to the body of Edgar Lungu in South Africa and be buried there and so on and so forth. If there was one person that agreed with me firsthand on the issue of Edgar Lungu, it was Ethel. And we spoke and we said, no, these are not good people. These are not good people. If they can do this, this means that these people are not good. And we started speaking against that. And I spoke to Ethel, that we should support President Hakainde Hichilema. I convinced Ethel that we should support Hakainde Hichilema. And she saw reason in whatever I was saying. And so, by the time Ethel was being arrested, we were on the same page. So there was no way I would lure Ethel into an arrest. There is no way. There was no way. There was no way. We had agreed, Ethel has got her own ambitions, which of course she also wanted my support. And of course she agrees with me in certain things. So there is no way I would have betrayed Ethel, no way. Even when she was arrested, behind the back, I have been trying to talk to different people, and somehow, even how everything has gone, I want to believe that it is as a result of some interventions that we have been making behind the back. This is why you haven't seen me talking too much, because we have been talking and somehow, some kind of agreement was reached, except that I cannot come out here and start talking big. No, some of these things, you do them behind the scenes and they remain there. So I'm not going to come here and start saying, hey, this. But what I can tell you is that Ethel will be out very soon. Ethel will be out very soon. Ethel is okay. I've not spoken to her because she's inside, but I have information. I've been engaging with people that have got access to her. So I can assure you that Ethel is okay. And when she comes back, you are not going to, don't think that you're going to see Ethel coming out and shouting and insulting Hakainde Hichilema or UPND. No. She's actually coming out before the elections. She's coming out. Ethel will come out before the elections and she will vote for Hakainde Hichilema, for that matter, let me tell you. Ethel is going to come out before the elections and Ethel will vote for Hakainde Hichilema. She's going to vote for Hakainde Hichilema. So once but one thing that I also want to tell you is that, social media, because someone is trying to kind of incite some of these Western countries against Zambia. You want to use this to say, no, in Zambia, there is no freedom of expression. Hey, in Zambia, there is dictatorship. Have you seen? Ethel has been jailed, an American, whatever, nonsense. That is all nonsense. Trust me, many governments are struggling with how to control social media. Many governments, including America itself. Donald Trump is struggling on how he can control, social media, how he can bring sanity on social media. That's why you hear him always talking about fake media, fake media. It's not only CNN that he talks about. He talks about all these people that propagate social propaganda. They propagate negativity on America, on Donald Trump himself. They are struggling. Even in Europe, don't think that on those who are in Europe, for them they are so safe. Even those who are staying there, Avena Chair, Navambi, those, they are only good at speaking bad things about our government. But they cannot dare say some of the things that they say about Zambian government. They can't say it on the British government, for example, or whatever country that they are in, because people are highly conscious or attentive on what people are saying on social media. They are not just taking it lightly. So don't be cheated that no, elsewhere people can do whatever they want. No, can say anything on social media without consequence. No. Social media is a big problem to many countries, to many governments, to many presidents. So it's not only in Zambia. Zambia, there is no freedom of expression. Whatever nonsense that you say about Zambia, you can't say it on those governments where you are, those of you who are in diaspora. Whatever nonsense that you say on President Hakainde Hichilema, you can't say those things on the presidents of the countries where you are. You can't. But you want to pretend that no, Zambia, social media, whatever. How many of you are insulting us? How many people are insulting Hakainde Hichilema? There are so many people that are talking nonsense about Hakainde Hichilema's government, about Hakainde Hichilema himself. I know somebody will say, hey, but what about you? Me, I'm a political giant. I'm here because I'm a political giant. My cases are political. So you citizens, ordinary citizens, you can be wetuka. There is nothing, no one really bothers unless you go out of line, you go to some extent. So just be careful, but don't think that only in Zambia is where social media things are bad. By the way, let me give you this this clip which I got on TikTok. Where a man was jailed 2 years. 2 years. Just now, just watch. Not Mozambia, a person was jailed for a simple Facebook post. He was not even insulting the leader, but he was just making a statement. And he ended up in jail 2 years. So watch this clip.
A judge in the UK has just sentenced a man to 2 years in prison over a Facebook post. Yes, a Facebook post.
In response to a post questioning why, you wrote, "Because they're over here, given life of Riley off the tax us hard-working people earn when it could be put to better use. Come over here with no work visa, no trade to their name, and sit down and doss, and then there's more people being put out homeless each year. They get top band priority on housing." You went on to say that you did not want your money going to immigrants who, quote, rape our kids and get priority, end quote. Although you said that you had no intention of carrying out any act of violence,
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Just listen carefully to what he's about to say next. Don't blink.
there can be no doubt that you were inciting others to do so. Otherwise, why post the comment? You expressed remorse, but by that time it was too late. For the offence of publishing written material in order to stir up racial hatred, there are sentencing guidelines which I must and will follow. The maximum sentence is 7 years imprisonment. In my judgment, this comes close to harm category 1. However, for the purposes of this sentence, I will treat you as falling into category 2, since there was no direct encouragement towards activity which threatens or endangers life. However, you fall towards the top of category 2. For a category 2A offence, the starting point is 2 years imprisonment with a range between 1 and 4 years custody.